Hey everyone, I'm Isaac and welcome back to Isaac Reviews 2024. If I can be honest, when I first saw Dune Part 1 back in 2021, I felt very conflicted towards it. Don't get me wrong, from a technical standpoint, this movie is incredible. The cinematography, the production design, the sound design, the CGI, the score, all are phenomenal, and I do appreciate how it tried to break the mold from most other major blockbusters by being slower and more serious. But I don't know man, something about it just did not click with me. Maybe it was the constant mumbly dialogue, the heaping amounts of exposition dumping, or some aspects of the world building and character development feeling a bit undercooked, but I wasn't fully on board the hype train yet. However, I was always aware that this was only the first part of what's supposed to be an entire trilogy, and I was expecting that part 2 would expand upon the already established universe, or should I say, Duneverse. So, after learning that my local AMC was holding an IMAX early access screening of it, I nabbed myself a ticket since I knew they'd be selling out fast, and believe me, they did, and I went to go see the movie on Sunday. And honestly, I was blown away by what I saw. Like, I'm still trying to wrap my head around all of it, but I'll try to explain it to the best of my ability anyway. Set right after the events of the first film, Paul Atreides has joined a rebel group known as the Fremen alongside his love interest Chani, seeking to destroy the Harkonnens, the totalitarian government responsible for killing his family. Facing a choice between his love for Chani and the fate of the universe, he must prevent a terrible future that only he can foresee. This movie takes whatever didn't work in the previous entry and improves upon it tenfold. For one, the writing is much more interesting this time around, tremendously expanding upon not only the characters, but also the themes of religion, prophecy, and destiny. It also supplies some exceptional world building, displaying new aspects of this universe while expanding upon concepts that may not have been all too fleshed out before, and the characters are all phenomenally written, with much more depth and nuance added to their personalities, especially Paul. Here we see him really grapple with the idea of being a messiah for the Fremen, having to learn their customs and help them take down the Harkonnens, all while having to decide if he wants to topple this oppressive regime or become drunk with power himself. And Timothée Chalamet does an excellent job in the role with just how wide his emotional range is. In fact, all the actors are great, both old and new. I especially liked Austin Butler's performance as Feyd-Rautha, where he really encapsulates the sheer insanity and brutality of the character. Also, despite Dune Part 2 being over 2.5 hours long, I didn't have a problem with the runtime. It's a very ambitious film to be sure, and I'm glad it was able to go more in depth on the story than last time. And the craziest part about all this is that it's still not over yet. Director Denis Villeneuve has already confirmed that a third and final part of the Dune saga is currently in development, with Part 2 ending on a massive cliffhanger. If I had to nitpick one aspect of the movie, it would be that the ending was kinda sudden, but I guess I was just so invested in what I was watching that I wanted to see more, and I certainly can't wait to see what Denis and his crew have in store for Dune Part 3. I suppose I should also talk about the visuals since I haven't already. Don't worry though, this movie looks just as stunning as its predecessor. Not only is it living proof that major blockbusters with large amounts of CGI can still look incredible, but it also supplies some excellent production design, jaw-dropping cinematography, and intense action scenes. And as I mentioned earlier, I saw Dune Part 2 in IMAX, which I think was a great decision on my part. This movie's sound design is next level, where I could really feel the impact of what was happening, and the score is something else entirely. I don't know how to describe it other than saying that Hans Zimmer better get another Oscar for this. I wish I could keep singing this movie's praises, but I am trying to avoid any major spoilers, and Dune Part 2 is a movie that needs to be seen to be believed. Every bit of praise it's received is completely justified, and even if we're only 3 months into 2024, I don't see this being dethroned as the best film of the year anytime soon. So is it worthy of a 10 out of 10? Oh yeah, absolutely. Let's hope Part 3 can be just as good too. Next time, I'll be talking about another sequel with, Megamind vs. the Doom Syndicate. We had to wait 14 years for this? Yeah, I am not looking forward to this one. In the meantime, thanks for watching this episode of Isaac Reviews 2024, subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!